Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Good news, good news. The shop front that was smashed in about a few weeks back because we were burgled, it turns out that the burglar has been caught. Wallahi alhamd. He has been caught last night and been charged with 17 burglaries. 17. He was on the mission, I tell you. So yeah, he's been charged. He's currently in court right now for the first hearing and the second hearing later on, which I'll be attending to see what happens. But yeah, we were just one of 17 people who was a victim of his stupidity. So I want to take this opportunity to reflect, I guess you would say, reflect on the event and bring some, I guess, Islamic knowledge to this. So what would happen in an Islamic society? Because obviously in this society you'd probably get jail, meet some friends, make connections, and come out probably knowing more than they did before. But in an Islamic society, then a person who has stolen something, then we all know the hand comes up. What are the conditions of the hand coming off? Well, first and foremost, in Islam, for a person's hand to be cut off, they have to steal more than I think it is a dinar, which is like about 30 quid, something like that. From the Hadith Aisha, there's some ikhtilaf as to the minimum amount, but it works out to be about between 4 dirham and 1 dinar, which is about between £30 and let's say 15 quid in modern days valuation. Second thing, which is the most important condition, most people don't know about, is it has to be stolen from hirs. Hirs means that it has to be a safe place. So if I left my wallet, so imagine, look this, imagine I put my wallet on a countertop there and someone just came and took it, then that would not be something you'd lose a hand over, because as you probably know, the temptation to steal is quite great. Think about it. You know, there's a wallet there. I'm not a thief, but I'm stealing a lot of cash in there. I might just not report it, you know what I mean? So it has to be from here, this i.e. from someone's pocket, somewhere private, somewhere where a person has put it securely. A mobile phone left on a countertop or a wallet left on the floor, that's not his, it's not a safe place. Obviously someone's home would be his, and therefore you can't, you would lose a hand if you burgled someone. However, what often people don't realize is that mugging someone, so if I hold someone at gunpoint or a knife point and give me your money, that's not the same category. That's now called a muharib. And muharib are worse than just theft, which we'll discuss another time. So they get a worse punishment than just losing your hand. But back to the point, in Islamic society, a person who has caught stealing over a certain amount of money from a safe location, then they will lose a hand. Now, I remember my teacher in Saudi, when he was dealing with qada, which is Islamic judicial system, or implementing it in court. He mentioned that even the thieves in Saudi, they're becoming fuqaha, they're becoming scholars of fiqh. So what they do is that they know that if you steal from hirs, from a safe place, you lose a hand. So how do they protect the hand while still stealing? So they have like a collection of them. So if I'm doing a break into your house, one guy would come, smash open your door, and he would leave. Another guy would come, see the door smashed open, look in the house, find where the money is kept. If he keeps it in a safe or not, he'll smash open the safe and then just leave. And then the third man will come and will walk into this broken in house, walk into this smashed in safe and say, oh wait, there's just some cash lying around, let's just take it, you know what I mean? I mean, it's not his, is it? So that's these little hila, these little ruses that people try to get out of losing the hand. But the purpose of telling that story is to highlight the conditions that are necessary for you to lose a hand in Islam. So obviously this guy who's just broken into 17 homes, he's not going to lose a hand. You're not in Islamic society, and I doubt he'll even pay us back for the smashed glass and the money he stole. I think it can be requested, but the police said don't expect it, because if he doesn't have the money, that's the end of it. So, and because he did 17 places, I don't know if the government would compensate for that loss of wealth. Who knows? But again, Islamically speaking, someone stole money from you, then that money is now in their dhimma, they now owe that money back to you, and then it should get back to you. Even if it takes years, they owe it to you. They took it from you, give it back. Islam preserves wealth of the people, no matter how long it is. And I'll conclude with this one little short story. There was another lesson I learned from Medina. There was a lady who walked in. It's a famous story in Medina. She walked to Medina, came from Umrah, and she walked to someone's house, knocked on the door, and said, "This is my house." Now the inhabitants laughed at her. "What are you talking about? This is my dad's house that I inherited. He's been living there for how long he lived, and I lived there for how long I lived." And she goes, "Nope, it's my house." Old lady. So she went to the local courts and said, "This guy's in my house." The judge laughed at her and said, "What are you talking about? As long as I've lived, this guy's lived in this house. So what are you talking about?" She said, "When I was young, a young girl, about, I don't know, young, her dad left Medina to go to Syria, and he dug at the base of some location in the house and put the deeds of the property that he owns it in that place. So go into that place, that location, dig there, and you find the deeds to the property dug there, and you find my name on that deeds, or the name of my father." So the judge dug and found the deeds, and then handed the keys up to her. Basically, it was an abandoned home. So they left the house. It was abandoned for a while, and someone just had to just move in, and that was it. So even after a long period of time, if you can prove that something is yours, Islam honors that. You can't, wealth doesn't transfer from one hand to another except for due right. Now, what about those people who moved in? You know, it is what it is. It's not theirs. It was proven that it was someone else's, and it was not theirs. They got the benefit from living in the house for free. Take that for what it is. You know, move on. Anyway, I was going to release a video today about a question that was sent to me about savings accounts or current accounts. Maybe I'll do it today, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. Anyway, I've got to get back to work. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.